Hello, everyone. I am Gary Gatso, the voice of the FIS, and welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage of Round 6. Wow, we're halfway through this season of Season 8 of the Sim Racing Warehouse Formula Indy Series as we come back to the road courses after visiting Homestead a little while ago to visit, for the first time ever, a very good road track, very good racetrack, very important to the history of IndyCar. It's Portland International Raceway. And as always, joining me in the booth as we are watching qualifying underway with about a minute and a half to go is Stephen Larkin. Stephen, back to an IndyCar-centric track. First time ever we've been here. Not surprised it showed up on the schedule this season. And we are back at Portland.
Yep, and what a track to be back at. We were all really happy when Portland International Raceway came back to the IndyCar calendar back in the late 2010s. It's maintained its strong standing as a popular track to this day, and I think a lot of these drivers here are going to love this place. It's fast, flowing, challenging, good spots for overtakes in a few places for sure. I think this race is going to be a lot of fun. I think everyone's going to be happy to see PIR being on the schedule. So I think so definitely going to be a very, very interesting affair all the way through tonight.
Let's take a look at the point situation coming into today. Here are the drivers' points. And Chilcutt with that strong finish and the bad finish combined by Sanders and Bency at Homestead. He has a pretty decent and commanding points lead now as we are midway through the season. Logan Edwards with the win comes up in the 4th position. Blaze Andrich in 5th, his teammate in 6th, Hunter Ingreve. Logan won here in the Warriors for Peace Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series back a few months ago. And in fact, the guy that finished second to him here was Hunter Ingreve. And it was their closest ever road course finish in the IndyCar Series at the Elite Racing League when we had that race. So watch those two. But Jeremy Fairbarn, Will Weiser, DeFabus, and Flaum on the power of another podium finish on an oval. He is now 10th in the points as we now have our 5-minute warm-up. And it is raining, folks. This is going to be interesting. But let's get into it's going to be amateur points here. And Nick Goyette leads by 3 over Sarah Guerrera. Cody Claiborne involved in there. Hayden Herman still there. Zach Smith. So we will continue to watch those drivers as well. But here are the team points. And right now, Rogue Racing still leading 236 to 216 over Melamo Dynasty and Stowe Maroon at 214. So, again, watch the combo of Hunter Ingreve and Blaze Andrich as they try to put more room between themselves, Melamo Destiny and Stowe Maroon. Of course, both those teams are stocked full of experienced road racers. And will we see a change in the standings in the team championship after today?
A very good question, especially with this rain that has appeared here in the warm-up. Not sure if that's going to persist until the start of the race. But it's definitely going to be an interesting weekend to say the least. It always was going to be coming to Portland, and already some drivers struggling here. But let's have a look at the starting grid. On the pole, Titus Sherlock, fast as always, with a 58.8. Very quick lap time around here. Alongside him, Hunter Ingreve. Very good qualifying run for him. That's exactly where I expect to see him every so often. He is going to be starting off second. Tanner DeFabus will be starting off third in the number 5 machine, alongside Jeremy Fairburn, his teammate, in 4th spot. Logan Edwards, the winner last time out at Homestead. A good qualifying run for him once again in 5th, alongside Caleb Bency in 6th. Alex Chilcutt will be qualifying 7th, but he is going to have to start from pit road after an incident last time out at Homestead, Miami. He would have been alongside Michael Costello in the number 19. Gavin Sanders qualifies 9th, and he'll be alongside Kevin Tomba, rounding out the top 10. Row 6 is going to be Logan Spath and Bryson Morris. Row 7, Zachary Smith and Blaze Andrich. Row 8, Tristan Moss and Nate Siepker. Row number 9, Ryan Sheehan and Griffin Yellen. Row 10, Byron Daly and Nick Goyette. Row 11, Joey Selmans and Dory Ricciuti. Row number 12, Sophia Connell and Dan Piazza. And row number 13, Zach Pham and Kyle Mundell. Row 14, Gabriel Aslan and Sarah Guerrera. Row 15, Tommy Raval and Kyle Clemworth. A struggle for him in qualifying.
Well,
row
he's
16,
he's not a road guy. He'll even admit that one.
He's more of a old guy. But yeah, row number 16, Brandon Wimler and Dan Miglin. And shotgun on the field in row 17, 33rd, the only car not to qualify, Brian Labarge. And we'll see how much the qualifying spots are going to matter all that much if this rain persists. So it's going to be a good question to see what we see on the screen after the warm-up comes to a close. Already some drivers trying to fight some oversteer through these wet conditions there. And Sherlock, full opposite lock there through turn number 3. So these drivers are really having to find whatever grip they can. You definitely have to go offline in quite a few places to get any semblance of grip down in the wet conditions. And a few drivers, as shown over there, having a hard time with it. As everyone gets used to the wet weather tires here, which I believe the first time this season we've seen wet weather tires.
Yeah, this is the first time, and here's here's the rule set on the day with about 45 seconds left. Chilcutt goes purple, and remember he's starting for the pit, so he's going to have to go purple just about every lap this race for him to get back up to the front. But 1.96 mile. According to iRacing, 12-turn permanent road course. IndyCar measures the place at 1967. So we're doing 64 laps today, 125.44 iRacing miles, or 125.89 IndyCar miles. This could be anywhere between a 3-stop and a 1-stop, we think. They're just flying all over each other on the front stretch. There is a mandatory compound change to the alternate compound. But if it becomes a wet race, which it looks like right now, that's going to negate the compound change. So will we see somebody kind of do like they did in '97 with that surprise win that Mark Blundell got here? With throwing some dries on late in the race and getting the drop on Gilles de Ferran there at the end. But pit road speed limit is pretty fast here at Portland at 50 miles per hour. But as you see, the weather situation for today, it was a 36 to 47% chance of rain. Well, right now it's looking pretty 100% for rain. So we're getting ready to line up, and everyone is on wet tires.
I said before, and I'll say it again, welcome to Portland. It's like the Pacific Northwest, definitely known for its rainy days. And a rainy day in the midst of a race makes it a very interesting affair for sure. And looking at the radar here, it looks like that is going to persist for a little while. As everyone gets lined up, getting ready to go. 64 laps, and this first chicane has been known to be a bit of a source of drama in the past, both in real life and in the virtual world. As Tanner DeFavis actually said as much in the chat, everyone say their prayers. This is going to be quite the show here in Portland.
And for the first time since 2007, at least in sim racing and IndyCars here, we're doing a standing start at Portland, and here we go to turn 1.
DeFavis having a peek to the inside on Titus Sherlock, dives it in there as they go multi-cars wide through the festival chicane. Car around in the back there, I believe that's Tumba, and one of the Stowe Maroon cars involved in it as well. Was that Logan Spath, I believe, in trouble? Few drivers, more cars off, going through the grass, as meanwhile, looking up front, Tanner DeFavis gets a brilliant start.
That's Principal Dan.
Piazza in trouble. As everyone
Labarge
fighting for whatever grip.
Is doing a toe.
Engrav trying to dive down to the inside of Titus Sherlock as they try to head down the back straightaway side by side. This is all allowing Tanner DeFavis to build up a gap there. Oh, big twitch as Jeremy Fairburn had to duck out of the way. Engrav trying to hold off Fairburn. He couldn't get by Titus Sherlock there, and now Fairburn clears him going through the final couple of corners. Oh, and Sherlock off in the last corner, I should say, as they head down the front straight for the first time, it's all Tanner DeFabis to start off this race. But everybody is just scrambling for grip, and the rain is persisting. This is not going to let up. This will be a recurring theme.
Hunter Ingrave missed the chicane. He has a drive through.
Oh, no. Hunter Engrave from the front row of the grid. And now having a penalty hanging over him.
I think he just has to, I don't think he made up any, as long as he has a slowdown. Oh, watching Gavin Sanders and Caleb Benson. As long as he meets the slowdown, he should be okay. He didn't make any new spots.
He slowed down enough. He's cleared the black flag.
Nate Siefker has a meatball flag. Kyle Mundell, meatball flag. Gabriel Aslan, a meatball flag. Sarah Guerrera with a meatball flag.
4 meatball flags already, and Dan Piazza is out of the race. Principal Dan has retired early, unfortunately. Hunter Engrave and Jeremy Fairburn both off the track. Must have spooked Logan Edwards there a bit, as now they head down the front straightaway. Those final couple of corners will seem to be proved to be treacherous tonight, as Edwards now has a look, trying to go down the inside of Jeremy Fairburn into turn 1, into the festival chicane. Cuts it tight on the first turn there. Not quite enough. Can he get the grip on exit? He does have a bit of grip side by side. Not quite enough, though. And now Caleb Benson sees this. Definitely wants to take advantage if he can, but you also got to be very careful. And the same holds true for Gavin Sanders behind him. This is the battle now for 5th place.
So everybody with the white triangle next to their name on the tree has wet tires on. That's what the white triangle signifies.
And that is pretty much everybody at this point. Who would be... I don't legitimately know. The one would be crazy enough to try this on slicks. As everyone now trying to get any sort of visibility they can. That's one of the main things there. You can barely see. Oh, Logan Edwards runs into the back of Benson. Edwards is off in the final corner there, and I think he may have just gotten away with not having his wing funked off. He has to go down the drag strip to get back on the racing surface. That is the end of the drag strip that they have here at Portland International Raceway.
Yep.
That you have to take advantage of there. But it looks like both Benson and Logan Edwards got away without much damage. Logan, though, lost a ton of spots. He is down in 10th.
Let's watch from Blaze Andrich's point of view. This is what it looks like with the rooster tail.
Oh, yeah. Like, you can barely see anything there. And you got to be wondering, you got to be keeping an eye out for your marks more than anything else, just to see, where you need to brake next, because that's coming down a back straightaway into a fast sweeping series of corners as you slow down for the final turn there. This track is very, very fun, but the rain can make it treacherous, especially when you're following another car, which everybody has to, except, of course, for Tanner DeFabis right now.
Down the back stretch into the final set of corners, leading on to the front stretch. That takes you down into the festival chicane as Blaze Andrich does a lot of counter steer.
Full opposite lock there for Blaze Andrich, trying to run down Bryson Morris in the 33. A good run for Bryson tonight. Started 12th, currently running 8th, but now he's got the 91 of Blaze Andrich. And let's Blaze Andrich go in that instance.
Now we're down into the festival chicane. Added for the IndyCars when the IndyCars first came here back in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting into the festival curves.
Very fun series of corners here. I remember from not just iRacing, but a lot of other racing titles I have played over the years. This track is definitely one that's pretty near and dear to my heart. It's a very fun track. It's great to see IndyCar race here in real life, even if Watkins Glen was sacrificed on the altar for it. And it's also great to see it here with some of the best in the virtual world showing their stuff.
Benson and Ingrave, a top 10 battle on the racetrack, top 10 battle in points. And Benson gets around Ingrave. Ingrave having a bit of a rough race, down 4 spots, but still a long race to go. And he started from the back of the pack in the Elite Racing League race here and almost won that race. So he might have to execute some of that strategy again to maybe get a jump on these guys. But right now it's DeFabis, Costello, Sherlock, Fairborn, all teammates running 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then Caleb Benzie, our defending series champion, in 5th. Hunter Ingrave in 6th. Gavin Sanders in 7th. Blaze Andrich 8th. Bryson Morris in 9th. And Logan Edwards with that little bit of off. The Elite Racing League winner here is back in 10th.
A car off there through the festival curves is Brandon Wimler trying to let the leaders go through. A rough start so far for Wimler tonight, though. Position-wise, from 31st up to 24th is not terrible, but going one lap down early on lap 5, not exactly ideal, I'll put it that way.
All right, holding in turn 7. He might not want to stay still for that long. That might trigger a caution, but he's back moving.
Yeah.
Good etiquette there, but you might want to just keep moving a little bit. I don't know if that would have thrown a caution, but who knows?
Fairburn sideways. He almost loses it. He does lose it.
Oh, right in front of Caleb.
He hits him. Caleb
misses him.
Hitting.
Yes, he misses him, though, but a very tight
Just missed him.
moment. Oh, and Hunter Ingrave into the wall off of turn 12.
Oh, no. Hunter Engrav also in trouble there. I think I did see him lose a bit of control there early. Looks like he's still keeping the car going, but now Gavin Sanders has gotten around him, as has Caleb Benzie, who's moved up into 4th place with everything that has happened, with Jeremy Fairburn falling back into 8th place. Got Bryson Morris all over his gearbox. What little of the gearbox Morris can see, that is. As working their way through here, Jeremy trying to regain some positions here, but that is the peril that you have here in the wet, with a couple of very fast corners that you typically would ease into the slowdown with under dry conditions, but you got to be very careful there.
This is what it looks like in the cockpit behind the aero screen. Talk about needing Rain-X.
Exactly, and Rain-X is going to be selling out within like a 20-mile vicinity of Portland.
Costello purple lap with a 1:08.5.
It's Bryson Morris I'm seeing trying to close up on Jeremy Fairburn. Fairburn trying to close up on Blaze Andrich, and Andrich is catching up to his teammate Hunter Engrav as they're all trying to work their way back up to the back of Gavin Sanders. Everyone here following someone pretty intently and just waiting for the error, and it's so easy to make them in wet conditions. As meanwhile, Michael Costello has been putting in some very fast laps, about 4/10 faster than DeFavis. He's within about a second now of the leader.
Watching him come down the backstretch. Oh, using that little bit of road there that connects the road course back to the kind of the start-finish line of the drag strip, and a lot of drivers have been using that for a little bit of drivers have been using that as a little bit of extra grip through there, even in dry races.
And definitely so here. You've been seeing that a few times. Woo, very close up to the gearbox of Tanner DeFavis. He's within 0.7 of a second at the stripe is Michael Costello, putting in some very strong performances in these challenging conditions, that's for sure. About half a second faster once again compared to Tanner DeFavis. This is going to be an interesting battle between the two teammates.
IndyCar has been to Portland 31 times since 1984, 24 times during the Champ Car World Series era. That was from 84 to 2007, and 7 times under the current sanctioning body, IndyCar, since 2018. The IR05s and the old-style DW12s have never raced here since IndyCar's return. All races have been exclusively ran with this car that you see right here, the IR18. So that is, we have a good way to draw comparisons between what IndyCar does here and for real and under the sim. But when they did visit here for real, they did have the hybrids. We do not have the hybrids yet in the sim. We hopefully will see those sometime soon. But the kart track record set in 2000 on a configuration measured at 1.969 miles by Elio Castroneves with a time of 57.7. The IndyCar track record set back in 2019 by Colton Herta, who's going off to race Formula 2, bless his soul, with a time of 57.8. The career wins leaders here at Portland are now Al Jr. and Michael Andretti. When I say now, because you can add Will Power to that. Each one of these drivers have 3 wins, and Will tied those 2 all-time greats with his 3rd win this season. Mario Andretti, Emerson Fittipaldi, Alex Zanardi, Gilles DeFer, and Cristiano D'Amata. Seb Bourdais and Alex Palou each have 2 wins here, and you're defending, as I mentioned, you're defending NTT IndyCar Series race winner here for 2025 is Will Power, and that's his 45th win, career win, 4th all-time, only 7 behind Mario Andretti for 3rd. And who said there's not tread on the tire for Will Power anymore? But going back to Sherlock.
Yeah, Titus Sherlock just completely missed the corner there in the second to last corner, just dove it over there. And also, Logan Spath was in trouble in that same corner, but all the more so.
And this is interesting because Logan Spath is now in front of Sherlock, who is in front of Caleb Bency. Maybe we see Logan make that car a little extra wide?
Maybe so. I mean, being the good teammate and all that, especially with, like, Caleb Bency's not exactly super close, about 10 seconds in arrears of Titus Sherlock in the 311, but Spath probably won't make it too terribly easy.
Nope.
Well, I say that.
Turn 7.
There goes the pass made. So Spath probably taking the safest approach there on that one, I would think.
I think. Oh, and we got a car that's Zach Flaum. Is that Zach Flaum on the backstretch with the missing wing? Our podium sitter, finisher at Homestead. He's just going to tow. And also right in front of these leaders is Tommy Reval, Clindy, Wimler, and here goes a pass for the lead. Oh, the leader, the Costello goes off.
Oh my goodness, Tanner DeFavis forced to go wide there. Will he have to give that position up for cutting the course? And
we got more cars having problems in turn 3.
Looks like DeFavis does have to slow up there. He's got to be very careful. He does clear the black flag, as now they work their way through lap traffic. That is the 27 of Tommy Reval they have to get around.
And Clindy.
And then Kyle Clemworth on the 32. So these two teammates, there doesn't seem to be too much of team orders here. So they're playing for keeps on this one.
They caught Clindy at a good spot. Yeah, well, Tanner did. Michael did not.
Yeah, Tanner did. Michael didn't. So Costello having to slide up the inside there. Clendy having to give up the ghost on that one, but Costello definitely did not want to catch him there.
And we got Griffin. Is that Griffin Yellen on pit road? Yeah, Griffin Yellen on pit road with a right front that doesn't look like it's tracking straight, and also a missing wing plane on the right front wing plane is there as well.
Joey Selman saying in the chat, Griffin, that was some kind of rejoin. So apparently that was some sort of kerfuffle between him and Griffin Yellen, and a big kerfuffle at that. There was an incident. In fact, Griffin Yellen comes right across the track, and Joey Selman's no chance slams right into him. That car is destroyed.
Alex Chilcutt might have had a problem. Oh, yes, he did. He goes right off into the festival corners, and he is off the track. He kept it off the wall, but he's sporting some damage.
Yeah, he's got the left front wing plates are gone on the number 6 machine.
Here is the Joey Selmans, where we see what happened to Joey Selmans and Griffin Yellen. Griffin Yellen rejoins the track right in the backstretch, right in front. Oh, and you could kind of see why Joey is a little upset about that. Wow.
I can definitely understand that frustration. That was, I will agree with the sentiment. That was quite the rejoin there, and it has cost both of them dearly.
Kind of got to watch your relatives and be aware of what's around you.
Yep, and whoa, as the leaders work their way by Clendy, he is off in the grass as Kyle Clemworth.
Where do you put the camera?
Yeah. Just happening all over the place. As meanwhile, And throughout all this, I should note, Costello has lost a ton of time. I'm talking over 7 seconds was lost.
Yeah, I don't know if he had I don't know if he had a moment while we were concentrating on everyone else.
That may well have been the case, because now he's falling into the clutches of Titus Sherlock, who is starting to catch back up. So, and it looks like the last time around...
that's it. Costello, yes, did have an off track. Here it is. And it was right there in turns 10, 11, and 12. And he bails for the start-finish line of the drag strip.
Yeah, just bailed out for the drag strip there, take the safest option. He didn't even lose any positions in the race. Of course, he now has his teammate knocking on his door. But that's a nice little touch there, is that if you do make that error, you do have the drag strip you could go down as well.
All right, so this is getting kind of confusing. Let's reset for everybody. Tanner DeFamis is your leader. Michael Costello is second. We're watching Costello right now. Titus Sherlock is in third. Caleb Benty has worked his way up to fourth. And not too far out of Caleb Benty, sorry, is Gavin Sanders, kind of like his shadow. Gavin trying to get around Tomba right now in turn 7. He's going to take a shot down the backstretch as Tomba just gets out of the way. Fairbarn, another one of those Mosaic Eclipse cars. He's in 6th. Bryson Morris, another one of those cars as well, is in 7th. Logan Edwards, who's had an off early, he's in 8th. Byron Daly is in 9th. Alex Chilcutt moves up to 10th. Blaze Andrich is out.
Almost some lap car drama with the leader there. That's Hunter Engrave. That Tanner just put a lap down there, but it looks like they almost made contact coming out of the Festival S's there.
The Rogue Racing guys are having a bit of a bad day. I'm not sure what happened to Blaze Andrich.
Yeah.
He might have just had a DC.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's going to be a connection failure for Blaze Andrich. His quality is dropped off the face of the earth. So that is day done. Oh, it's DeFamis. You saw that. That was what a slide job by Tanner DeFamis. Like, if we ever get Formula Drift in iRacing, this would be a good place to practice that, I think.
Hey, some notable facts about Portland as we try to get some of this action, a little bit of a breather. Portland is the site of Al Unser Jr.'s first career IndyCar win. He has 34 wins in total between his stint in kart and the Indy Racing League, and he's 9th all time. The first ever IndyCar race with a standing start was here in 2007. As I mentioned that, the late Justin Wilson was on the pole. The 2 closest road course finishes of all time have happened in Portland. First was on Father's Day in 1986. Oh, and that just collected Hunter Engrave.
No. So,
not sure who that was in front of. Is that Zach Smith? Zach Smith.
Yeah, Zach Smith is involved in that one. That's the 70. Smith still going, it looks like, but Engrave, there was definitely some pieces that fell off that 77, and, especially so the right front wing is gone.
Oh, my goodness.
And off into the grass once again is Hunter Engrave.
Well, he's missing a front wing, so he's missing a lot of critical downforce, and he's come to pit road.
Yep.
But
him and Smith are coming in.
But in front of DeFamis right now is one of his teammates, Ryan Sheehan. So we'll see if Ryan gives way to Tanner. But that 86 finish here in Portland happened on Father's Day, 1986. Mario edged out a low on fuel sputtering Michael Andretti to the line by 0.07 of a second. So Dad beat son on Father's Day. And in 1997, with a rapidly changing track from wet to dry, British journeyman driver Mark Blundell gambled with slick tires and got his first career out of 3 wins total, edging out Gilles de Ferran on rain tires, who narrowly missed win number 2 to join Al Jr. and Michael for to tie for most wins at Portland, because eventually he did get another win later in his career. But there was a hard-charging Raul Boisel who was also part of that 3-way battle at the end. And the margin of victory was 0.27 of a second. It was 0.55 of a second from first to third for the closest 1-2-3 finish ever on a road course in IndyCar history that still stands to this day.
Incredible. So this track has always had a history of close racing and great finishes. It's also had a history of changing weather, as was
right.
described.
Yeah, the 97 race was kind of a good example of that. Started wet and went dry late. Right now, we might actually get that same type of situation. It is moderately raining, although it looks like it picks up at other places and slows up at other places. So we'll continue to monitor that as the racetrack will begin the dry. We're 19 of 64 laps into this thing. DeFavis, Costello, Sherlock, and Bensie Sanders, your top 5 right now. And we don't really have any close battles on the racetrack at all.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a bit spread out thus far as everyone's trying to stay on the racing surface as much as they possibly can. Probably one of the closest battles on the track I'm seeing is the battle for 6th. That's Jeremy Fairburn trying to run down Bryson Morris. Fairburn had a rough start at the start of this race here, and he is doing everything he can, trying to get back up there. Whoa, as Tommy Raval goes wide,
off, yeah.
trying to let Fairburn through.
And he actually spins out a little bit, but gets it back under control.
Yeah, definitely a close call there, but Fairburn has been running a little bit quicker these last few laps than Bryson Morris. It may well be these guys start off a good battle in a few laps' time, as everyone trying to work their way through that difficult chicane off the back stretch here, as Logan Edwards also trying to run down these two. Big twitch there coming on the start-finish straight, and I'm looking at all the puddles that are forming on the front stretch as well. And it kind of leads to one of the balancing acts you have to do with rain racing, especially rain races that are projected to keep the rain going for quite a while. And that's how you manage your tires, because perhaps counterintuitively, you want to run your tires through the water to cool them down. The wet tires overheat easily on dry surfaces. So you want to run water through them to keep them cool as much as you can and preserve them in the long run.
And also,
with the rain looking to stick around,
and also
may well be what they're trying to do.
And to add to your point, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but also to add to your point, to find grip here, you have to kind of go in places where you don't intuitively want to drive your car either.
Precisely. You basically have to go offline, because in a lot of instances, where you would normally run is either run in or camber to the point, whoa, is another car around in the final chicane trying to see who that was. Was that trying to get a look at it? Not sure who that was flying off the circuit there, but in any case, but yeah, it's kind of the delicate balancing act there, because you have to find spots where there isn't water to find the grip where you would need to gain pace there. So it's a delicate balancing act you've got to play over the long run in this race, especially like now, where the rain is not expected to let up anytime soon, and lesser still, the fact that the track will still be wet even after the rain ends.
Reviewing a number of off tracks. That's not a big one, but plenty with a little bit of off track there. Not sure who crashed or had it off into the chicane, but we'll keep an eye out there.
Aslan, I look at Gabriel Aslan, who's really been struggling tonight.
Byron Daly has reached the Logan Edwards closest battle on the racetrack at the moment. This is for 8th.
Byron Daly started 19th in this race. It's been a very good start for the 06, and now he's going to look to go one better, dives it down to the inside on the 49, and clears him handily. And bouncing over the curb as well, but Byron Daly moved him up to 8th as he now tries to run down Jeremy Fairburn.
Well, now Daly is in 8th. Edwards, I think, make sure I'm showing live TV. Here we go. I think I was showing live TV. Let's go and watch that battle for position again. Here's on the straightaway.
And you definitely had to have the confidence to send it in there. You had to have the confidence that the grip was going to exist. And Byron Daly did. He pulled it off well.
Yeah, I think Logan might have lit him on by a little bit there, knowing that they were. Tommy Raval looks like he had another off. Chilcutt still nursing a broken front wing as he goes wide in turn 7. He's in 10th spot right now. He's hanging on.
Chilcutt still hanging on there with half his front wing gone. Still in 10th spot, working his way up from the back after taking a penalty to start this race. Chilcutt working his way around Kyle Clenworth. Getting back onto the start-finish straight here. We're working lap 22.
Look at this area. Nick Goyette, Zach Smith.
Nick Goyette and Zach Smith have some lead lap cars to contend with as they're fighting for position. And I'm seeing, whoa, the 12 going wide. Nick Goyette goes wide. Zach Smith gains that position. But now they still got lap traffic to deal with, lead lap traffic to deal with Jeremy Fairbairn and Bryson Morris. And they clear them both.
And also so
that Morris.
Yeah, that other red car behind them is also kind of it looks like a technical type teammate. They got the same type of livery on, except they are red, and the rest of the Eclipse crew, Mosaic Eclipse guys are in blue.
Yeah, and big slide job I saw there for Kevin Tomba trying to let Byron Daly go through, as Daly's now creeping up on the back of Morris and Fairbairn. Getting closer and closer, and this lap traffic has helped him thus far. Will it stay that way, as now he's got Zachary Smith in the 70 to get around?
As I don't see Zach Smith.
The inside.
I don't see Zach Smith well, first of all, there's really not a place to hide here for Zach Smith, but I don't exactly see him getting over or moving out of the way, considering he has kind of technical teammates in front of him.
Yeah, and that's a very difficult situation to let them by, even if you wanted to. And I'm not sure if Smith wanted to be entirely helpful for his teammates' sake. But Byron Daly clears him now and sets his sights on Fairbairn and Morris, as now Smith letting more lap traffic go by in the form of Logan Edwards, letting the lead lap car through.
Yep, and that is very good for him. So 10 cars. We are only 25 laps into this thing, and only 10 cars now remain on the lead lap. But we started with 33. Currently, there are 25 or 24 cars still out on the racetrack. Zach Flaum is back underway. He's in 25th spot, and he is 2 laps behind Gabe Aslan. Gabe is back on the racetrack. He is 11 laps down, and in 1 lap, he will pass Blaze Andrich to move him up into 23rd. And in about 3 laps, Zach Flaum will then move past the Blaze Andrich as well. So we will have 24 cars left on the racetrack running out of the 33 that started. But back up front, Tanner DeFave is still your leader, and he is caught, your points leader right now. And that is Alex Chilcutt with the missing front wing.
Chilcutt, definitely a night he probably doesn't want to remember all that well after the fact. As Chilcutt trying to let Tanner DeFavis go through. He knows he pretty much has to at this point, and he does so. Big twitch, though, for the number 6 machine, I should say. So Alex Chilcutt, your points leader, has gone a lap down, albeit a lap down in 10th position. But that's just showing just how incredibly strong Tanner DeFavis has been tonight in these challenging conditions.
Well, has he been incredibly strong, or is just everyone else having those type of days where, okay, I'm just having problems and it's not going to be better? Because, I mean, DeFavis has been very strong, yes. Costello has been strong, but he's had a moment. Sherlock has been strong. There's Aslan in the, oh my goodness, right? I think Aslan might have made contact almost with Michael Costello in turns 11 and 12, but he seems to be okay. Boy. But that was a close, high pucker moment.
Yep, and I'm looking at, whoa, I think he actually just blinked out when he came close to hitting Costello there. So, like, crisis averted simply by the nature of connections on iRacing, it looks like.
Wow.
Michael Costello got away with that one, but now Titus Sherlock sees that and thinking maybe he got spooked a little bit, you know? I mean, Costello definitely is a pretty fearless driver in the virtual world from everything I've seen of him, so probably not. But Costello had to have had a moment there where he's thinking, oh,
hang on, guys. We have a lot of traffic right around Logan Spath. Wow. And here comes Byron Daly.
Yeah, Logan Spath, Byron Daly trying to get around him there. Daly is in 8th, mind you. Spath in 14th, a lap down. So the guy in 14th.
Oh, Gavin Sanders under attack. Bryson Morris right now. And I was getting ready to say, we got so much going on. And this is the rain races. They look great on graphically, but we got so much going on as I think the rain is starting to slow down a little bit. And the sun, nope, now the rain comes back, but the sun is out. Gavin goes a big twitch and turns 11 and 12. Car in front of him is off.
They're trying to avoid everyone. That's the 93. They're trying to work their way around. They're very close stuff.
That's Sophie with a high pucker moment as well, but
Sophie Connell trying to get out of the way. Oh my goodness! And everyone like trying to fight everyone else, but whoa! As Bryson Morris overshoots the chicane, he's gonna have to slow down to give up that position for certain. There, how many spots does he lose out of this? As Byron Daly goes around. So Daly moved him up a spot to 7th. Gavin Sanders holds on to 5th, and Jeremy Fairburn up to 6th.
All right, so we got something to think about here. So if someone was going to do a 3-stopper, and this is under dry conditions, the assumption of a 3-stopper, which I don't think anyone would have done. I think this would have been a 2-stop race for just about everybody. The window would have opened at lap 16. A 2-stopper, the window would have opened at lap 21 or 22. But a 1-stopper now, the window opens at 32. We're at lap 29, and with the reduced pace, it's possible we might be looking at a 1-stopper for just about everybody that's in the lead pack, at least. Somebody that hasn't come to pit road for damage. And we do have a car coming to pit road right now.
Fairburn and Morris both blink. They both come on the pit road, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-stopper for these two at the very least, as Byron Daly and others stay out. And in fact, I think a couple of other, Titus Sherlock has actually come on to pit road for his first scheduled stop.
Yep.
And he comes out in the middle of the fray.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa, big twitch there as they're trying to get themselves up to temp a little bit. As, whoa, no!
Costello goes off.
Costello is off. Michael Costello goes off in the festival curves. Gathers it up, though, but he's lost a couple of spots.
He's just trying to find grip. Just any type of grip. The wheel spin.
Oh, yeah, trying to find any kind of grip you can there. Like, the cooling of the fact may help the tires, but it doesn't help the grip, that's for sure. Like, there's cooling, and then there's cold. And right now, these tires are cold.
Canada Fabus is on pit road. He is down and away. Caleb Bensey, he turns down pit road.
So it looks like 2-stopper is the name of the game for most of the front runners here tonight.
Gavin's going long. He's going to go try for that 1-stopper. That might be his only hope right now.
Bensey's in 2, so Caleb has come on the pit road. Gavin Sanders.
Logan Edwards staying out.
Yep. Whoa! Car off there right next to our leader, Tanner DeFavis there as Gavin Sanders sees him there, and very lucky the car didn't come back onto the track. But DeFavis, has he not pitted yet, just to be certain of that?
He has, he pitted at lap 30, and he is on his out lap right now. But Gavin
has just pitted.
Yeah, but Gavin Sanders has not pitted yet, and Logan Edwards has not pitted yet. And DeFavis, he's going to either have to do a fuel save to get home from now, or there's going to be a late splash and dash.
Yeah, and either one of those, I'd be keen to see. What it ultimately comes down to is, DeFavis way wide in the final corner there as Gavin Sanders catches up.
Gavin
comes in.
1 lap short of halfway. Now can Logan Edwards go another lap? Logan Edwards can go another lap.
He's going for it. He's going another lap, it looks like. Is Logan Edwards in the 49, the winner last time out at Homestead, pulling an unusual gambit to try and get a 1-up on everyone else, maybe score another win.
Hey, if you're looking to save money with great prices and no sales tax, Sim Racing Warehouse is your U.S.-based shop for all your sim racing needs. Plus, for a limited time, you can save with a 5% off coupon. Just type in SRW House in the coupon code section on checkout and save even more. Go to simracingwh.com to learn more, and all the information you need, including that coupon code, is in the description. So now eyes on Logan Edwards. Can he go another lap, or is he coming in this time right at the halfway point of this race? Canada DeFabis is, and I think he's going to stay out for another lap. I thought he was going to go shallow in that turn and come to pit road, but he's going to stay out for another one. So Tanner DeFabis, he's got a choice to make now: fuel conserve, or full send it and kind of do what Jill DeFerrin did in one of his races, just outrace everybody, come to pit road, late splash, and win the race still. And right in front of him is Gabe Aslan. He's going to be kind of tippy-toeing around Gabe. Gabe's had a rough day, but it's nothing against Gabe's ability. It's just, look at these conditions, folks.
Yeah, like you can mock people all you want for like having moments that take you out of contention, but in conditions like this, you gotta respect just the precision that is needed and really the reaction that's needed, and you have to get it exactly right or you're gonna be having a bad time there. So sometimes there are just moments that you cannot, that you just can't get right no matter how hard you try. It's entirely possible to do the right thing and still lose.
Logan is staying out for another one. Logan is staying out for another one. There is a hidden gas tank in Logan Edwards' car.
Yeah, someone, I'm wondering what the IndyCar tech inspectors might say on that one if someone asks. But Logan Edwards has been doing a remarkable job fuel saving right now. He's been really taking it easy thus far, and it is paying off pretty well, I would say. I would imagine for most of these drivers, they're going in a fuel map setting that is conserving fuel just so they don't spin the tires all that much, first and foremost, but also fuel saving.
Jeremy Fairborn with a black flag, might be the incident limit. He's coming to pit road. Yeah, it's going to be a drive-through, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it. Jeremy Fairburn on pit road, serving a penalty. So just from bad to worse for the 67 team tonight. This has not been their day so far. And it started out very well.
Yeah, his teammate's going to put him a lap down. And yeah, it was a drive-through penalty.
Yeah,
but he's still ahead. He's still ahead of Chilcutt, who got his front wing fixed. But Chilcutt now trapped a lap down in 10th.
And now Logan Edwards comes in.
And we got a battle for 10th, by the way. Sophie Connell has caught Alex Chilcutt. And now we got a battle that's got point implications right now. As Chilcutt, if he gets forced down another position, Dan Miglin with a big blink out. Logan Edwards coming to pit road now. He's on pit road right now.
Yep.
He's deep in his box. I don't know if he had to readjust. Let's go back and see if he possibly had to.
Let's see. Good question.
No, he's just deep in the box. He hits the marks, but he's deep in the box.
Yep. And now Logan Edwards back out on the circuit.
Hunter Ingrave, Tomba. This is for 12th.
And meanwhile, Bryson Morris has gotten around Logan Edwards on those warm tires. With Logan trying to get the tires back up to temp. Get himself some grip underneath them. Logan Edwards running a very different fuel strategy to most other drivers here tonight. Let's see how well it pays off. Oh, as DeFabis goes off! DeFabis is off! In the festival corners, he gathers it back up there. He's got a big gap to work with back to Titus Sherlock. But that is an unsettling moment right there for Tanner DeFabis. The dominant car of the night just overcooks it a little bit. And the grass becomes unforgiving.
Let's watch this. Just coming out of the festival chicane. And I think he just drops a wheel off a little bit onto the grass, starting the festival curves.
Just a little bit off, and it's all it takes.
Yep. And I think he missed his turn in there, and there they drop, and that's all it takes is, while the car, that's a very long, sweeping corner.
Yeah, that's one of the, it's never good to go off track there, but that is one place where you do not want to go off track, because you do that and you go way off wide, you'll find yourself way off the track and finding a hard time getting back on there again. I think of a track like Phillip Island. If you go off at Phillip Island in some of the fast corners there, you're going to be having a hard time trying to find the racing surface again. In some instances, it's, whoa, Costello. Bit of a slide job there, trying to put the lap car of Hunter Engrav a lap down to him.
Wow. All right, so let's try to catch our breath, as it looks like first round of pit stops is done for everyone. But if you enjoy the coverage of the Formula Indy Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. The next race for us here in the Formula Indy Series next week, November 12th, when we return to Circuit Zolder for the first time since Season 2 in 2021. Start time is 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it as we head back to the European road courses.
And rather ironically, in some regards, we go to Circuit Zolder, to a circuit and a country that is also known for rain races. Yeah, what is the old adage about racing? I know it applies to Spa-Francorchamps, but I can apply to Zolder too. If it's not raining at Spa, it's thinking of raining at Spa. Same applies to Zolder.
Well, remember, this is the series that they'll race in anything. Remember, we did a night race at when it wasn't supposed to be a night race at Road Atlanta. We did a fog race at Spa when it did everything but rain at Spa. It just fogged so heavily you could barely see. We had to get close-up camera shots that we were literally on top of the cars that we could see those cars through the fog. And now we got our rain race here in Portland. So the Formula Indy Series not only does standing starts, but we'll race in any conditions.
At least with the rain race, it's somewhat intentional, because it's one of the things you just got to expect. But yeah, we've had our share of crazy conditions in races before in the virtual world, and this one's definitely no exception. It may be one of the more understandable ones, but it has led to a lot of action regardless. A lot of drama, a lot of hurt feelings as well. So the rain giveth and the rain taketh away, and it looks like it almost tooketh away from Michael Costello in the festival chicane there, running way wide. Ooh, nearly in the grass as well.
Is I think Tommy Raval had a moment through there that he had to catch, so that might have been why. But now we got Costello with Chilcutt.
Yeah, Costello and Alex Chilcutt. Chilcutt's a lap down in 10th place.
But he's going to have a battle now on his doorstep very soon. Hunter Engrav right behind him with a full head of steam.
Yes, he will. Hunter Engrav looking to make up any sort of position he can get. If one of them's the championship leader, so be it.
As Alex Chilcutt drops a wheel, drops another wheel.
Drops a wheel there. I actually could tell that one was not going to end well for Alex Chilcutt there. But Hunter Engrav got a good run of momentum down the front straightaway. Not quite enough to get up alongside him just yet, but Chilcutt having to take a bit of a defensive middle line there, as Engrav trying to get momentum wherever he can. There is Chilcutt, big twitch there, and here comes Hunter Engrav, the 77. Started second on the grid. Oh my God, no! Oh my goodness, he is off in the grass big time, loops the car around. Can he get back on the track, or is he stuck?
He's stuck. And he's going to have to tow. Here we got Tanner DeFabis going around Zach Smith with a missing front wing. Also in the picture is Logan Spath.
Spath and Smith are for position as well.
Yeah, Logan in 16th. Smith and Spath There you go. There's a tongue
Smith
twister
and
for you.
Spath.
And I think Hunter Ingrave might have just nope, he's back in the pit road. Okay, so I think Dan Miglin has retired. So Mundell will pass Miglin in about 2 laps. Aslan will pass Mundell in about 4 laps. Zach Flaum showing a black flag, maybe for the incident limit as well. He's on pit road. He'll pass Miglin in about 8 laps. That will move them all up 1 more position. Here's his battle, Logan Spath and Zach Smith.
Spath is just all over him right now. Smith is
wounded.
Front wing.
Yeah, he is a wounded
he's dealing
duck
with
right
a wounded
now.
car. So Spath with all the advantage underneath him grip-wise. But Smith playing a dogged defense right now, trying to hold him off as long as he can. But here comes Spath in the grass. Tries a whole pass in the grass, Dale Earnhardt style, going down the back straightaway. Not quite enough there, and I don't think you'd be crazy enough to try to stick
I don't think Logan's going to be too appreciative of that. And I know that Zach is defending, but he's also got a wounded car. And now, he does a bit of a move to the inside. Now to move to the inside. A little bit of weaving there.
This too much. Yeah, I don't know if Spat's going to be too...
he misses the chicane.
Smith was wide. Misses the chicane there. Has to give up that spot for sure to Logan Spat. So that is Zachary Smith. A dogged defense there. A bit, perhaps a bit much. But ultimately for naught. As Logan Spath gets around him for what's now 14th place as Hunter Engrav is out of the running.
So let's go through the field here, and also give you an idea what we got left for Push the Pass, because there are some people that are using Push the Pass. DeFavis with 109, Sherlock with only 21 seconds left to push the pass. Costello on the button now, previously with 75 seconds. Bency with 116, Sanders 139, Daly 82. The interesting number is Edwards, 147. Remember, he went the longest and might be on a one-stopper, so I don't think he'll be using it. Chilcutt hasn't even touched the button. So is Sophie in 13th, hasn't even touched the button. That a full deployment of 200 seconds still to go. But let's go through the field. Your leader is Tanner DeFavis. I can be a little bit more prepared.
Seconds.
Buy me some time. Keep talking.
Yep, DeFavis about 8.5 seconds up on Titus Sherlock, and Michael Costello about 2 seconds behind Titus right now. So getting a bit spread out overall. There are some close battles I've been seeing on the track. One of them right now is going to become the battle for 5th. Gavin Sanders versus Byron Daly. Daly has been very strong.
And Gavin almost, he kind of did miss the chicane, but he had a lot of curve.
Yeah, kind of monster trucked the chicane there. Did Gavin Sanders. That could not have felt good under that car for sure. As Sanders trying to hold the car underneath him here as Byron Daly has been setting some pretty solid pace right now. Both firmly in the 109s.
This reminds me of a Sunday, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. And that echo, edge. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
And it's Bigfoot versus Truckosaurus.
Yep, and like looking at those old Monster Jam commercials way back when.
Gravedigger.
You can't have it without Gravedigger. You can't have it without Gravedigger. Come on. This Sunday at Portland International Raceway.
Yeah, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
And I do wonder if such a thing would even be feasible here. Like, obviously, it wouldn't be the same kind of thing you'd have in a proper stadium like they normally do Monster Jam events, but it'd be interesting to see. I know you could definitely do drifting events here. That is for certain.
You could do the jumpy trucks here, I guess.
Oh yeah, you could do trophy trucks.
You can do the jumpy trucks here.
That actually would be brilliant, honestly. You could put some jumps on the back straightaway. Have a go.
Yeah. just cut through the festival curves. Just go right from turn 1, the chicane exit, to cut across right to the festival to the backstretch.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going slow enough, you don't have to worry about cutting the course. I mean, you'll have to give that time up anyways on the backstretch being so slow. So.
Yeah, and you can even maybe do rallycross here as well and have have the chicane be the part of the Joker section. But in any case,
still watching this battle between Gavin Sanders and Byron Daly. Yeah.
But yeah, these two have been in lockstep with each other throughout much of this race here as they're working their way through lap traffic once again. Around Gabriel Aslan in the 87, 12 laps down. It has not been a good night for Gabriel Aslan. Definitely one to put in the register and then just ignore it for the rest of the season, I would think. But meanwhile, the battle's still on here. These two have not broken away from each other as Gavin Sanders and Byron Daly. And Bryson Morris starting to creep his way closer and closer into the picture as well over the last few laps. It's been about 3 seconds a gap last time around to Byron Daly as Bryson Morris. So we'll see if he has enough pace to get there at the end of this race. We're working lap 44 of 64. So just about 20 laps left to play here. Can something be done for Bryson Morris to get up there? And the big question mark I think we all have is fuel, particularly for the leaders. Logan Edwards is the oddball out. He has gone 33 laps.
I think Bryson Morris is coming to pit road to get that last bit of fuel. And maybe do we see changing conditions that he wants to go to maybe some slicks? I don't know if anyone wants to be that brave right now. The track looks still awfully wet, but we'll watch him come down to his spot, and he is not going up on the jacks. He is going fuel only, and that is enough to get him to the end as we watch the rain begin to come down again. So fuel only for Bryson Morris. He is good to go to the end now.
Interesting call. Must be very confident on the tires here because obviously you can preserve them pretty well here in these wet conditions if you run it right. And I'd imagine with the first couple of laps, it would seem for a lot of these drivers being very slow on fresh tires, that's probably an advantage that Morris wants to get here is the warmth of the tires here that he has to work with here compared to just switching over to fresh tires, which like, I could definitely see the logic with that.
Yeah, that's not a bad move, really. Right now, your leader is DeFabus. DeFabus is in his 19th career start here in the Formula Indy Series. 1 career win, 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s. So looking for his 2nd career win here today. Titus Sherlock is in 2nd. He's in his 20th career start. He has 5 career wins, 11 top 5s, and 13 top 10s. Remember, he was involved in the points battle going into the final race of the season about, I think, last season. So there he is. Here's Costello. He is in his 21st race here in the series. No wins, 1 top 5 and 4 top 10. So he's looking at getting his 2nd career top 5 here. With a good finish. And then there was Caleb Bency in his 79th career start as he passes Bency's teammate and bounces off him.
Logan Spath getting hip checked there with Michael Costello. And it looks like damage to Logan Spath is the end result there. So that is a broken front wing for Logan Spath in that exchange.
Such a frustrating day for Logan.
Yeah,
who struggled this season a lot, and now Aslan's slowing down to let the faster leader car by.
Yeah, so letting both of them go through here, but yeah, that's got to be frustrating for Logan Spath, just sitting in the middle of the pack in 14th at the moment.
Here is Caleb Bency around Zach Smith, who is missing a front wing plane as well. Caleb gets by, but I was mentioning about Caleb. He has a 78. This is his 79th career start. He has 11 career wins, 56 career top 5s, and 64 career top 10s. So he's looking to add to that total today. And then Byron Daly, who has now gotten around Gavin Sanders. This is his 31st career start. He has 1 career win, 9 top 5s, and 13 top 10s. So these guys in the top 5 are looking to improve on their career stats here. And in the case of Tanner DeFabus, get that 2nd career win.
Also noticed with Byron Daly, he has indeed gotten around Gavin Sanders while we've been looking at this whole thing. So moved Daly up into 5th. Again, started 19th on the grid. It has been a very good day for Byron Daly, that's for sure.
Here's the pass right here. And he just outruns Gavin, who might be on fuel conservation. Remember, Gavin got really close to doing getting to that one-stop window.
Could be the case. Very well could be the case for Gavin Sanders, just putting it in fuel conservation mode and just letting the positions come back to him as everyone else comes on the pit road. And as Logan Edwards demonstrated, it's definitely within the realm of possibility that you can make it to the end on one stop, especially if you're in Gavin Sanders' position when he came in.
Canada famous around Clindy. Clindy hanging on, doing pretty good for being an oval expert. Not really learning his craft still on these road courses. I'm definitely learning his craft on wet races as well. He's improved 13 spots to 17th. And actually, he's one of your biggest gainers of the day. Right behind him is Brandon Wimler. Wimler's had a rough day. We saw him kind of sitting still at one point, but Wimler up 13 spots from where he started. Your biggest gainer is Byron Daly. Byron is up 14 spots in the P5 as he bounces off the curbs in the Festival Chicane.
Byron Daly, very good. Like, just a sensational run for him so far. And looking at lap times, he's running faster than Caleb Bensi is by about half a second at this point. It's still a huge gap, though, about 12 seconds between Daly and Bensi as it stands. So something has to go majorly wrong on Bensi's end to get back up there. But still, you got to hand it to Byron Daly. These wet conditions have definitely played well for him tonight.
And it was a good time to remind everybody. The PRI Hoosier 500, December 14th, 11 a.m. on the PRI channel on YouTube. Also, we'll stream it to Facebook. 100, get this, Stevie. 126 drivers have entered, take qualification attempts for the PRI Hoosier 500.
Nice.
So,
and only 33 can make
yeah,
it.
We're not having multiple splits. Only 33 are going to make the field. So there's going to be a lot of talented drivers. There's a big twitch there by Gavin Sanders coming out of the Festival Chicane. A lot of talented drivers are going to be sent home early without even taking the green flag at the biggest IndyCar race of the year to end the year, the PRI Hoosier 500. Be looking for it. Be looking more about it. I will be in the booth along with Arjuna Kankapati. We'll bring you the action. We have a driver expert yet to be named later. It'll be the three of us to bring you the best and longest and fastest and most prestigious IndyCar race this year on iRacing later this December 14th. Don't miss it.
Definitely will not want to miss that. That's for sure. And I'm sure people don't want to miss what's going on in this race because it can turn at any second.
Well, speaking of any second, leader in pretty heavy traffic. 2 cars in front of him.
Yep. I see as Kevin Tomba, he's trying to work his way around,
Got around
here
Goyette.
as well as
I think Goyette went wide and did a pretty good job there. Tomba's going to race it out at least to the front straight.
Tomba running in 12th at the moment, I should note. Only 1 lap down as it stands, about to be 2. And right now, only the top 7 drivers are on the lead lap in this race. We're about to start lap 52 for our race leader, Tanner DeFavis. Going to be 13 to go here in the Rose City.
So, DeFavis went 29 laps on his first stint. And he's at 22 now.
So it's definitely going to be interesting to see just how much he can get out of this. But some of these drivers for sure will need to come in again. They sealed their fate with early pit stops. And even if you fuel save to the max, it is not going to be it's not going to be on the cards to make it to the end for some of these drivers, but some of them, it's going to be right up on the bleeding edge of what you can get out of your fuel tanks. And the rain, I should note, has not abated, not in the slightest. It is going to stick with us easily the whole way through, it looks like. So we're definitely not going to get that changing condition right at the end, it would look like, unless the iRacing gods take that as a challenge,
right.
so to speak.
I had to turn my head for a minute. The part of being doing these races domestically in my house is you got to deal with domestic matters, and pets have been acting weird today, man. Let me tell you. But yeah, you mentioned it. 12 to go. DeFavis gets around that lap traffic. Has an 8-second lead over Sherlock Costello in third. So right now, it looks like a pretty good day for the Eclipse squad. They might sweep the podium. They've been kind of after that goal all season long. Sweeping the podium, not a very common occurrence in the history of IndyCar racing. I believe it only happened, I want to say once. Team Penske swept the podium at Milwaukee. At least that I can think of. If someone else could think of more opportunity or more opportunities, other races where Team Penske or another team swept the podium, just put it in chat to remind me. But I'm pretty sure they swept the podium only once at Milwaukee.
Yeah, 1994, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the those monster Ilmore engines.
Well, those were Indy. Those were only Indy only. The Beast. Still, yeah, but it was on the heels of the Beast.
Yeah, it was still Ilmore building the engines at the end of the day. But yeah, the Penske PC23s, that car was an absolute beast regardless of what engine was in it. And it showed at Indianapolis, and it showed throughout the season with Paul Tracy, Al Unser Jr., and Emerson Fittipaldi all like battling it out for wins. And Al Jr. winning the Indy 500
and the championship. Yep. Jade Gurse wrote that book called The Beast. I have it right here. Actually, it's right here on my desk. It's a great book. And the things that Penske was doing to keep that thing top secret and getting parts back to England and back to what they were using at the time in Nazareth, kind of as their home base there. They were flying. They were actually sending couriers and flying people back and forth on the Concorde to get parts to England and back quickly. I mean, Roger Penske spared no expense that entire year to win that Indy 500. He might have lost money winning that Indy 500.
Yeah, but it was worth every penny. I've no doubt it was worth every penny.
So, with 10 laps to go, here in the race, watching DeFavis, there's an interesting graphic I saw, and it was more toward hyping the championships that Ganassi has, and I think it's been quite a string of years where it's been either Ganassi or Penske winning the drivers' championship. But if you look at that statistic, and then if you were to swap years over who won the 500 and who won the championship, more often than not, it's Penske winning the 500 and losing the championship, and Ganassi losing the 500 but winning the championship. This was one of the rare cases where they got both. As we got a bunch of black flags right now. Chilcutt with a black flag. I think he just answered his black flag on pit road. He's missing the front wing again. Wimler
still missing that front wing.
Wimler with a black flag. Zach Flaum still with the black flag on pit road. I think he's just done. He's not going to answer it anymore after this. But there's what do you want to win the battle or do you want to win the war? And definitely Penske's into the business of winning the biggest battle. But Ganassi is definitely in the business of winning the war.
Absolutely. And it does make me wonder if that mentality is going to change a lot, because some people may be asking, Roger, your team's winning the 500 for sure, but what about the rest of the season? Because there's a lot to be won there for sure. And your old nemesis, Chip, he's been running away with it a bit lately. I do wonder that. Especially with some fresh blood coming into the lineup at Team Penske, with David Malukas joining them, replacing Will Power, who's going over to Andretti. So it's gonna be interesting to see that evolution as time goes on, I think, especially with a young gun that not only wants to win the 500, but also win a championship in his career.
Well, they should have held on to Power. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Titus Sherlock coming onto pit road.
And that is a scheduled stop. And also Costello. This is going to be a splash and dash, so we anticipated they would do this. Now, all eyes to Tentative Famous. Does he make that turn down pit road for a splash and dash here at the end? But we'll follow Sherlock. Does he go up on the jacks? Oh, he almost slides through, but he stays down on the ground. They are going fuel only. Costello not going up on the jacks. Fuel only. Caleb Bency goes to P2.
Yeah, with only a few laps to go in this race, makes complete sense to me. You don't want to lose pace on cold tires here. It's cold tires, cold track, cold day, and that is a lot of grip you'll be sacrificing if you change tires.
Byron Daly bounces through the festival chicane. These are not bouncy cars. There's bouncy trucks, but not bouncy cars.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not playing with monster trucks or bumper cars here. You're playing with an Indy car, and these things do not like to be bumped and jostled around, and neither does the driver in there.
Track temp 70.
And that is unsettling there.
Canada Famous, pit road. Final stop to make it to the end. He hits his marks. He's not going up on the jacks. Do we see Caleb Bency get a bid for the lead here? I don't think Logan Edwards is in a position. He's still going through the festival chicane and needs to get to the backstretch. The Famous is off pit road with his fuel, and he is out 5 seconds in front of Bency now. Can Bency make it, or does he need to stop? He has himself about a 5-second lead over Sherlock.
That's a very good question there. Bency was one of the later drivers to come in last time around, so it's gonna be tight.
He went 29 last time, and he's at 28 now. So has he been back there saving? I'm not sure he could do 6 more laps, five or 6 more laps on top of that. We'll see.
We'll have to see there. Like you'd have to have been in fuel save mode this entire stint, like since he was dropped off the jacks, but Bency, it's going to be right up on the knife's edge of whether he can make it on fuel.
Titus Sherlock is now Winchester on push to pass. He is 0 right now. Same thing for Jeremy Fairbairn, 0 right now. Byron Daly has 17 seconds left. Tentative Famous has 60 seconds. He's on the button right now as Bency comes to pit road to make his final stop. So he will not hold on to that podium position. Costello, 39 seconds left. Gavin Sanders, 137 seconds left, which makes sense for him as he has right behind him Jeremy Fairbairn, but that is not for position. Gavin went long, remember that first stint, so I imagine that he is trying to not use that button as much as possible as he now moves up into the 4th position around Caleb, who is on pit road getting that fuel. Now he's on, I don't know if he went up on the jacks, I don't think he is, but he is away and rejoining the field right now. Here comes Logan Edwards. This is for position.
This is for 5th place. Logan with a head of steam there against Caleb Bency. Not quite enough to get up towards him yet. But Logan is the man that we're keeping an eye out for most with fuel. He went over halfway on fuel last stint. Can he repeat that? And better yet, can he repeat that while getting around Caleb Bency in the process? He's already up to 6th. He's gotten around Byron Daly and Bryson Morris, who are the last 2 cars still standing on the lead lap, 7th and 8th. So we only have 8 drivers now on the lead lap of this race.
And Caleb is on the button, and I don't think Logan can afford to use the button. I think that might be his deal.
No. I think that's definitely got to be the deal. It's part of the sacrifice you got to make there to make it on fuel there. Logan Edwards cannot afford to hit the push to pass button there and burn excess fuel, because there really is no excess with his strategy at the moment. Ducking out a line there, trying to see where he's going from the spray of Caleb Bency in front of him is Logan Edwards. Still running very close behind at the moment, within a second of the 5th place runner, Caleb Bency, the defending series champion.
Costello on the push to pass, using the last of his allotment. He has 10 seconds left. The Famous still has 51 seconds left, and he has been hitting that button and has, in fact, lengthened his lead over his teammate, Titus Sherlock, now to 11 seconds.
Yep, and Sherlock off the final corner there, getting around Gabriel Aslan on the start-finish straight. And that gap has pretty much gone even further. Is now 12 seconds at the line. Is Titus Sherlock behind Tanner DeFabis. Michael Costello still pretty close at the moment. Not quite enough to pounce just yet. With 3.5 laps to go for Tanner DeFabis. It's been an effective day for him so far. Just smooth sailing here in these rough conditions.
Anna Klimek says in chat that Andretti finished 1, 2, 3, 4 at St. Pete in 2005.
Yes.
But again, it doesn't happen that often. It's 2005, 94. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not. It's a very rare occurrence there. And Costello gets around Aslan. Trying to run down his teammate there, but it's going to be a big ask with a couple of laps to go in this race. And Portland has definitely brought a great show in here tonight there. And it's fantastic to see this track back on the calendar.
You got to put your head on a swivel for a rain race because so much is happening and so much has happened.
Exactly.
The stories that we're going to have leaving here, and let's talk about the season. Chilcutt is your points leader. We talked about that. He's 43 points ahead of Gavin Sanders. Gavin's going to gain here. Caleb's going to gain. Logan Edwards is going to gain. Chilcutt just not having a good race. And maybe just racing in the IndyCar in wet is not his thing. That he's a sports car guy, so he's driven in the wet before. But IndyCar in the wet, different beast. So maybe he was just a little outside of his experience sphere today. And this is going to be valuable experience for the next time we do pick up another rain race, because it can happen. This is predominantly a road league, so we could see it any time. So we'll see what happens. Gavin Sanders going to gain, Caleb Bency going to gain, Logan Edwards going to gain, Blaze Anders going to lose a little bit here. Hunter Ingrave having a rough day. He's going to lose too. Fairbarn is going to gain on the two ahead of him because they've had rough days. Will Weiser not in the lineup. Tanner DeFabis is going to gain big here. He's going to be probably looking at his second win here in about 2 laps. Remember, we started the season off with Chilcutt getting the win, and he has kind of powered that to his points lead so far. But it's in Gavin Sanders, then Titus Sherlock. Gavin Sanders again at the Chicago meme race. We're going to have a couple meme races this year. This one and Chicago and Portland are going to be kind of meme races. And Logan Edwards got the win at Homestead at our last oval appearance. But DeFabis looking to get his second career win here in the Formula Indy Series. And often they say the first win's your hardest. Some people argue the second win is even harder. And if you get that second win, then the third, fourth, fifth wins come a lot easier.
Very well be the case with Tanner DeFabis. And that second win is in a hard sort of context to get a win in the first place. And it's in the rain. White flag in the air. 1 to go for Tanner DeFabis. It's been a dominating drive so far in very challenging conditions. The first time we've ever had rain in one of the Formula Indy Series events, and Tanner DeFabis has taken it, pardon the pun, like a fish to water.
And he's going to go down in history as the trivia question, who won the first rain race? We have the first night race, the first fog race, and now the first rain race.
Yep. And it's looking to be the number 5. It's been a long time since that first win, which if I remember right, was his first ever start in the series at Fuji Speedway a couple of seasons ago. And now Tanner DeFabis, he's always had the pace, maybe just not had the luck. But this time, it's hard, and they say it's better to be lucky than good, but he has had both here tonight. And a dominant drive is the result. Tanner DeFabis off the final corner, he wins at Portland. What a drive. Well over 12 seconds last time around compared to Titus Sherlock. Sherlock off the final corner. He's going to get second, and Costello in third. Team Eclipse 1, 2, and 3.
Here is Gavin Sanders. He will come home in the fourth. And not too far behind him is Caleb Bency. As he uses all his push to pass just as he hits the start-finish line.
Yep, just
Logan
dump the
Edwards,
button.
and
You don't need it
Logan
anymore.
Edwards not too far behind him, though. Byron Daly, good finish for him.
And Bryson Morris in 8th. And Jeremy Fairburn and Ryan Sheehan are your top 10. The latter two of them, a lap down to your winner, Tanner DeFabis. And look at the formation flying here from Team Eclipse right now. Kind of looks like that formation drive they did, that Penske did in '94 in Milwaukee, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Team Eclipse asserting that dominance in these challenging conditions in Portland. First race at Portland, first rain race in the series, and they showed us how it's done. And they wrecked their cars at the end for show.
Zach Smith, I believe, is going to be your highest finishing amateur in 15th. We will probably talk to him if he's available momentarily. But going to do some wet donuts, soggy donuts.
The second of probably many more, I would say, for Tanner DeFabis, I would reckon.
Davids with the win, Sherlock in second, Costello in third. A drastic race from when I did not the Formula Indy Series, the Elite Racing Leagues race here. That was by fractions of a second, where by 12 seconds, DeFabis wins here. The Sherlock Costello, that is your podium. Gavin Sanders, Bency, 4th and 5th. The Logan Edwards, Daly, Morris, Fairbarn, and Sheehan, your top 10. Joe Cuts, not the day he wanted, and not a bad finish, really, in 11th, all things considered. Tomba, Connell, Spath, Smith, Goyette, Wimler, there's all your amateurs. They all kind of grouped together there at 15th, 16th, and 17th. Mundell, Aslan, Clindy. Not a bad day for Clindy. This is not his environment. Not his environment. He'll say he's improving, and he did. He finished his 10 spots better. So I'll give him a shout-out. Wimler up 14. Sophie up 10. Your biggest gainer that is probably going to get your fictional Luis Gonzalez Nunez Driver of the Race Award probably is going to go to Byron Daly for getting 12 spots and finishing in top 10. Let's move on to the next page here. Hunter Ingrave, a race he wishes to forget here in 21st. Raval, Miglin, Flaum, Andrich. Not a good day for the road guys. Yellen, Slamance, Moss, Seifer, Dory. Not a good day for the old dog guys. Because there's Guerrero, Principal Dan, and Labarge. And it had a hard time just getting it past the festival chicane there. Here's a B-roll of when it looked a lot drier. I don't have any B-roll of a rain environment.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll queue up some replays here in just a moment. And then we'll get into the interview room. All right, let's clear off some graphics. There we go. And we'll see if we get Zach Smith here, if he's available. He might not know that he's getting an interview. All right. I believe that's your highest finishing amateur, just to double check. Yeah, Zach Smith.
Yeah, looks like it.
See, do we have people for interviews here? Let's get in here. There is Zach Smith, so we will bring up Zach Smith. And, yeah, here we go. Zach Smith joining us as being the highest finishing amateur-rated driver here in the series. But a good day for your team, sweeping the podium and also getting the top finishing amateur. Congratulations on a race that, well, it looked rough for everybody out there. And do we hear him? We do not hear him.
Not hearing anything just
not
yet.
Hearing him yet.
Zachary, you there, mate?
All right, so what we'll do is we'll move him back down into.
Yep.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Sorry about that. Yeah, a difficult day certainly out on the track. A lot of practice was done in the dry, not a lick of practice in the wet. So it was a difficult day throughout. Certainly a lot of carnage in T1. I think I've done a Super Formula race and I've done another IndyCar race, and I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've actually survived T1 at this track. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, I think.
Any questions for him there, Steven?
That was so. Yeah, it really did seem to throw a lot of drivers out for a loop there, and there was quite a lot of struggle in the process. But were you at all surprised that that rain was tonight? Because it seemed like there was some people that may have been surprised and some people that weren't. Were you at all surprised by it?
I think it's 50-50. There's either rain or there's not. We took the gamble on practicing in the dry, despite it literally saying there's a 50% chance of rain. We paid the price for it, but overall the team came out the overall winner. So, yeah. I think we've kind of maximized what we could today. I think I could have done a bit of a better drive. A lot of mistakes were done, but I think you just look at the result and you go, it's a successful day regardless of everything that happened in between the start and the finish.
True. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of valuable lessons were gained for next time.
Yeah, one of the big things, I got told to crank my brake bias, and I think I cranked it a little too far backwards. So
oh dear,
there was a bit of a recovery drive after about lap 10. Lap 26, I did my one and only pit stop. Goyette behind did his on 32, and when I realized he was going to make it to the end, I had my engine in mode 5. I was full fuel save, just trying to make it to the end, and I made it with nothing to spare. And if you actually look back, you'll see I had to let Tanner by on the final lap to make it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on being the highest finishing amateur. And any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone to say hi to before we let you go?
I think there's a shout-out to 2 people. Jed, I see him in the chat there. I know you're watching. And the other one is the Eclipse boys. They've kind of taken me under their wing. They've taught me a lot of stuff about the IndyCar, and I'm grateful for everything they've taught me about this car. And I think it's kind of shown in this result we've had today.
Yeah, it's a fun car, and I'm 100% biased though. But good to have you here. Congratulations on the winner in class today, and we will see you probably under. Well, I don't know what the conditions are going to be at, but we're going to Zolder next, so it might be a track you're more familiar with.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Zach Smith, your highest finishing amateur today. All right, let's move up to Michael Costello. And here is Michael joining us in the booth. Michael, again, rough day for everybody, but a good day for your team. We just talked to Zach, who is the highest finishing amateur. You're going to come in at the bottom step for the rest of your team up on the podium. But a day not without some excitement for you. A couple of offs there, but all in all, you brought it to the finish.
Yeah, I mean, difficult day today. Happy with the result, but I think we could have maximized a bit more. Just blocked up a couple of times in some racing situations, but I mean, not a huge deal. Still happy to bring home the 1, 2, 3 for the team. I think it was a really good result for everyone. I mean, kind of like what Zach said, may have not maximized everything on my part, but the rest of the team did, and it showed today.
All right, Stevie.
Yeah, it certainly did, and it really got some close battles, it looks like, between both like yourself, Titus, and Tanner earlier on in the going. That's for sure. You were fairly close to Titus at the end of the race there. But I think the biggest question that I'll probably have for most drivers here tonight is that since this was the first rain race we've ever had in this series, what do you think were some of the takeaways you have from it for the next time rainy conditions happen, which could happen next time out? It's older.
I mean, to start, me and Tanner have driven this track in the wet in real life, so I think we both kind of knew what to expect coming in. Um,
Yes.
but I think the biggest thing is just stay clean, on track, and just not fire it off every lap. I think if you make a mistake, and it's about how well you recover from it. And I think even for me, I think my pace was a lot better than where I finished today,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I still made mistakes. Tanner didn't, Titus didn't, and I think it showed on the leaderboard. So,
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
yeah, I'd like to shout out the whole Eclipse team. Probably the best day in FRS we've ever had. First Grand Slam. So, uh, lots to take away. A lot I learned today, and I think it was quite good. And then I'd like to shout out EDA Eyewear, ProGuard warranty, and that's about it.
Michael Costello, this will be your 21st career start. Still looking for that first one. I think there will be one in your future, but second career top 5 and fifth career top 10. Congratulations. We'll see you at Zolder.
Thank you.
All right. And he mentioned something that I definitely want to talk with Tanner about because he said he raced here for real in the rain at one of the Road to Indy races. So we'll ask Tanner how that followed. Let's see if there's any crossover between real versus sim racing there. Next, we want to bring up Titus Sherlock. And here is Titus. Bit of a touch and go race out there for everybody. Had your moments up at the front. In fact, we're watching you kind of cutting turns 10, 11, and 12 right here at one point early in the race. Everybody kind of had their hands full. We heard you guys kind of practice under the assumption that it might be dry out there. And then the rainstorm came. What was the thinking when you were lining up to go racing and you're seeing a wet racetrack in front of you?
My thinking was we should have practiced this instead of playing Minecraft for the couple hours before that we were doing. So, yeah, it was my first time driving this car in the rain and this track. So I pretty much lost the race in the first 5 laps because they got such a big gap on me. Towards the end of the race or middle, I was pretty much the same pace as them. But yeah, I really struggled the first couple laps to kind of figure it out. And I learned very quick in this car that you can't see in the rain because of the aero screen. So you have to really focus the whole time on just seeing anything. So that was new. But besides that, yeah, I mean, obviously it was quick in the draw. I got pole. But yeah, I mean, starting first, finishing second's not great, but I mean, it's a good day for the team. So happy for that.
That's Stevie.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, like I said, it seemed like it was a bit of a bit riding on the struggle bus there early on in this race. And of course, being the first race in this series where we've ever had rain, it's kind of a learning curve for a lot of drivers, I think. So, with us going over to Belgium next time out, that's more likely to happen again. So I imagine learn some valuable lessons from this one for what could happen next time.
Yeah, for sure. Just gotta learn that track. I don't think I've ever driven it before, so I gotta figure that out. And yeah, just kind of take the learnings from today and apply it next time. Obviously, we did a decent job, but from Michael and I's side specifically, I mean, I think I got to lap 5 without a valid lap because I cut the last chicane every single time. So definitely some stuff to iron out there. But yeah, I mean, good day overall.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to? Go right ahead.
Yeah, of course, the whole Eclipse team is always having a really good day today, so that's awesome. Mosaic Animal Health Center and Rain Nutrition, and then everyone else on our car that supports all of our drivers. Thank you.
That is Sherlock. 5 career wins, almost a 6th career win today, finishing second here at a very wet Portland. Congratulations. We'll see you at Zolder in a week.
Thank you.
All right, and now points have been updated, and we'll move up to Tanner here. Sorry, as I get graphics overlaying one another here. But before we bring him up, let's update the points because we'll kind of want to. So this is Tanner's first win of the season. And the last 4 races, we've had 4 different winners. So the only repeat winner this season has been Gavin to win at Auto Club and then win at the Chicago Street Course. So We could very easily be 6 for 6 at this point, but we're 5 for 6. Not too bad, really, when all things considered with the Formula Indy Series. Normally, we see one driver dominate and then kind of pull away for the season. Chilcutt leads by 30 points. His lead got eaten into a little bit. I think it was 43 coming into this race. That was the gap to Sanders up to Chilcutt. Now it's 30. Bency is now 19 behind Sanders, 49 behind the lead. Logan Edwards is in 4th. Tanner DeFavis goes up 4 spots to 5th. Titus Sherlock gains 6 spots to 6th. Blaze Andrich falls 2. Fairborn is now tied with Andrich in 7th spot. Ingrave falls 3. Tomba falls 1. And also should mention Michael Costello. We just had him on here. He's up 8 spots and now inside the top 15. So that is the points situation right now. Melamo goes to the top now, I think, in the team standings. And Eclipse Competition Blue is now 3 spots better in 2nd, but Rogue falls 3 spots to 4th. So they fell from the lead now off the podium altogether. Stowe Maroon holds serve right now in the 3rd spot. There's only 10 points separating, I believe, Stowe and Maroon right now in that points battle for the team. So let's bring up Tanner DeFavis, talk to him about his win. Here is Tanner's 2nd career win here in the Formula Indy Series. And we found out at a place that you're familiar with and familiar with running in the rain. So we should ask you the obvious question here. How much of what you learned for real was able to be applied here in the sim, or was nothing applicable from going to sim, from real to sim, just because you can't really duplicate 100% really what you face in real racing versus what you can duplicate in a sim?
Yeah, hi guys. To answer your question, quite a bit of it was pretty applicable in my opinion.
Okay.
Just apply, like, I would say a couple corners weren't exactly the same, because of conditions, yada yada. But
Sure.
most of it was pretty applicable, to be honest. Because back in 2024, like you just said, me and Michael were here for the final race of the season, and yeah, we raced in the rain like for our first race. So yeah, it was pretty good. We both did really, really well, actually. I started in the back because I didn't do good in quali or anything, or I couldn't quali. I don't remember why, but Michael started a bit towards the front. It was a pretty hectic race, but Michael actually won. He didn't tell you guys that, but he actually won that race. That was his first win in
wow.
2000. Yeah, he won the wet race.
Mr. Humble. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I was just letting you guys know that, but yeah, it's fairly applicable, to be honest. So yeah, I would say it definitely helped me.
Before I let Stevie take over, your 2nd career win here. Your first win was your first race way back at Fuji last season. I got to think that you probably are glad to get that kind of the monkey off your back a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely. After getting that first win in Fuji, which I thought was like the hardest race ever until we did this race. I mean, I'm very happy to get this win. Especially it's right in the middle of the season. We're still all of us on Eclipse are still trying to go for that championship, especially. But yeah, I really needed to get this win. Very happy I was able to pull it off. I think I led almost every lap, maybe. I don't remember, but yeah, it was great. Got pretty much most of the extra points, I believe, except the extra point for pole. But yeah, very solid. And yeah, I was really itching to get a win again, and I had a couple opportunities before, and I just let them slip by. So yeah, really, really happy to get this.
Yeah, in case you're wondering about the points, I can update you. You might not have seen them yet. They're on Sim Racer Hub. They have been updated, and you jump 4 spots now to P5 by yourself. 16 behind Logan Edwards, who's in 4th.
Okay. What's gap to the leader?
Gap to the leader is he doesn't care about who's 4th. He wants to lead 78 to Chilcutt, who still leads.
Yeah.
I want to know what I got to work for.
Go ahead, Stevie. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the way you describe both your wins as being some of the toughest races. If you can win some of the toughest races, there's definitely more in your future. And That I think it's definitely been kind of part and parcel with a lot of things I've seen. So with this second win under your belt, finally breaking a winless streak there, I get the feeling you're going to be got a lot more confidence going into the next few races, and especially with a track that's kind of similar in a lot of ways to what we experienced here this week at Zolder. I think there's a lot of confidence going into that and beyond.
Yeah, definitely some confidence will carry over for sure. Having a win from the previous week will definitely help a lot. But I've actually never driven a lap around Zolder. I don't think I've actually got it yet. But
Uh-oh.
sounds pretty exciting. Definitely for sure. So yeah.
Yep. I definitely like Zolder, so I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm really looking forward to getting to the ovals. I feel like I've always been fairly good on the ovals, just haven't had the best luck. But so watch out for me on the ovals.
And we still got a couple more of those to go this season. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who wants to say hi to on your second career win here in the Formula Indy Series?
Yeah, big shout out to everyone at Eclipse for getting all the spots, all the top spots, all the top spots for really great day today for everyone. So yeah, shout out to Zach, Titus, and Michael, and then all of our sponsors, EDA Frames, Destination Athlete, Mosaic, and ProGuard, and EUS. So shout out to all the sponsors that we put on the car so we can show them off. And yeah, thanks to you guys, and thanks to everyone at home that's watching. So yeah.
No problem. Well, go celebrate. We'll see you in a week when we get to Zolder.
All right, see you guys in a week.
All right, they go back down to the now all Eclipse waiting room. I think they're all in there partying right now. Let's look at the schedule. I didn't want to bring this graphic up a lot because I just thought you saw it a lot when we were at Auto Club, and maybe you didn't need to see this much anymore.
Auto Club's still giving you PTSD.
Yeah, very much so, very much so. But there you see Zolder, Gateway, Mexico City, Brands Hatch, Indy, and Watkins Glen. And as Tanner was talking about, he wants to do better on those ovals, and he has Gateway and Indy to do that at. But until then, Zolder, Brands Hatch, and Watkins Glen. Zolder, Mexico City, Brands Hatch, and Watkins Glen are still big in his windshield in front of him still. But that's the remaining schedule. But looking ahead to Zolder, but not so much ahead, but behind on this one. I think maybe we might see identical conditions. If not, everyone at least a little bit more prepared about what they're going to see if rain does drop at Zolder. But the points championship is definitely a little bit tighter. We are still halfway through the season now, so we now start another 6-race stretch to the end. A lot of racing left to go, but things can still change. And that was a segue to you, CB.
Oh, sorry about that. Something distracted me real quick, but halfway through the season, and it's definitely had its surprises, including the weather in this case. So it's giving drivers a few more things to be wary of as we go into the next few races. And I've iterated this before. We're going to a circuit next time out that could well see these kinds of conditions again, and that is Circuit Zolder over in the beautiful country of Belgica. So Belgium is gonna see IndyCars there again, albeit in a virtual sense this time, rather than the Champ Cars way back in the day. So it's gonna be like this latter half of the season, especially with drivers that are hungry to get more wins, your Tanner DeFavises of the world. They're gonna be giving it everything they've got, trying to close the gap on the established leader right now, Alex Chilcutt. And with Chilcutt's struggle this go around, that is gonna be leaving some opportunities open. I think next time around, they're looking to pounce on any sort of errors from the front runners.
All right, so let's give everyone back the remainder of their Wednesday nights. I think some people are just happy that this race is over with, at least the drivers. I don't know about people watching, but certainly the drivers are happy that this race is over with. So let's get on out of here and give everyone back their Wednesdays. I'm getting there, people. I'm getting there. That's it. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Portland. Canada Davis gets his second career win. Titus Sherlock comes home in second. Michael Costello gets his best finish here in the series, I believe. Getting a podium here. An all-podium day for the Eclipse crew, plus getting the amateur, best-in-class amateur, Zach Smith in 15th spot. So everybody with the Eclipse squad in the interview room today. Join us again next week as we once again, here is your schedule. And next week for round 7. Like I said, starting the second half of the season. Of season 8 of the Formula Indy Series as we head to Zolder. And this is for the second time that we've been to Zolder, I believe. First time since season 2 of 2021. So make sure to watch it. It's mostly a completely different lineup, and the cars changed a lot since then. So we're expecting some different style of a different type of racing at Zolder here when we go back to it. So start time is 8:20 p.m. Eastern time. Again, no time change with the time change. We're still going to be at 8:20 regardless, 8:20 Eastern. It's 820. And remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including our triple header Mondays and our double header Tuesdays. Triple header starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time with the Indy Open Series on Mondays, and Tuesdays, doubleheader starts at 7:15 Eastern time with the Indy Oval Series. Formula Indy Series is brought to you by Sim Racing Warehouse. Looking to take your sim racing setup to the next level? Check out Sim Racing Warehouse. From high-quality wheels and pedals to accessories that bring the track right into your home, they got everything you need to race harder, smarter, and faster. Plus, for a limited time, you can save 5% off with a coupon. Just type in SRW House in the coupon code section on checkout and save even more. All the links and the coupon code are in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more, like Whiplash on Facebook. You can also follow on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries, to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can also follow all of our social links on Linktree. All those links you need are in the description. So, for Stevie Larkamp, everyone here at the Sim Racing Warehouse, Formula Indy Series, and at P1, I'm Gary Gatto, the voice of the FIS, saying all good night. And thanks for watching, and all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders. Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week at Zolder for the next race of the Formula Indy Series right here on P1. Good night, everybody.